Hello everyone and welcome to SUNUP. I'm Lyndall Stout. The arrival of fall and cooler temperatures means that winter weeds are starting to show up in fields across Oklahoma. For an update on what producers are seeing, we caught up with our new extension weed specialist, Misha Manuchehri.
Yeah, so in winter canola and winter wheat, both of those crops are probably in the ground by now, and we're starting to see emergence of our winter annual weeds. So a lot of our winter annual mustards, shepherd's purse, evening primrose is out, henbit is out. It's a troublesome weed in canola. And then in wheat, you could also be seeing some of those broadleafs as well as some of the winter annual grasses. Unfortunately, Italian ryegrass has reared its ugly head and it is out. So yeah, our winter species, our summer annuals, they're starting to senesce, so we shouldn't have to worry about them for too much longer.
Okay, and some of those winter weeds are showing up here.
Yeah.
Tell us what we see here.
Yeah, so here we have shepherd's purse. Might not be as easy to identify at the rosette stage. When we see an older plant, it's most easy to distinguish because it has heart-shaped fruits. We are seeing some emergence and some lingering of carpetweed. Henbit is a big one that's out. Henbit right here, another winter annual. It will have purple flowers when it goes to seed. This is a difficult to control weed. It has a fairly thick cuticle, so it's difficult for us to get some herbicides into the plant. So Palmer amaranth is a summer annual. It is wrapping up its life cycle. However, we are still dealing with it in newly planted winter crops. And we'll probably see it again when we get closer to harvest as it starts its new life cycle. It's a really troublesome crop. It produces a lot of seed. If we let it go to seed, we're going to have issues with it. It's fairly drought tolerant, so it doesn't need much to survive. We have a lot of issues across the southeast and the mid-south and even into the west dealing with resistance. So glyphosate isn't as effective on Palmer amaranth as it once was. As far as getting out some treatments and controlling it, an early post application, again, as temperatures start to cool, we shouldn't have to be worried about it. And then when we get into harvest, some kind of harvest aid would be beneficial. We also have some winter annual grasses, volunteer winter wheat, Italian ryegrass, some of our bromes. Those are coming up as well.
Do you think we're going to see more weeds because it has been moist this summer and early fall?
Yeah, there is moisture in the ground, and I think with these warmer temperatures into the fall, we are seeing some emergence. Just from this weekend, I didn't see a lot of this wheat to the left up, and then all of a sudden on Monday it was half an inch tall. So conditions are right for germination.
Okay. What kind of advice do you have for producers this time of year? And I know some people are kind of weighing the decision of whether to treat weeds or not, given the price of wheat, right?
Yes, that's a good point. Obviously, if we don't have the funds, we're going to be a little bit hesitant if we're not getting that money out of the system. If a grower hasn't put down a pre-plant or a pre-emergence application, I do recommend an early post. If you're going to put out a post application at all, it's going to be better to target those weeds when they're small. We're not going to get as good of control when we have weeds this high. Try and think about the future. Try and be thinking about wheat prices next year or that even the following year. Anything we can do now to manage those seed banks and those weed populations is going to help us out in better wheat price years.
And then guidance for fields that are fallow right now, same kind of thing?
Yep, fallow, so putting down some burn down treatments. We can put down some herbicides that have residual activity so we don't have to be out there, but be cautious if you are putting down a residual as far as what crop you're going to plant next. You don't want to have any injury.
Now you and the team are gearing up for an event right here at this research plot, correct? Tell us about that.
So Dr. Marburger, Dr. Lofton, and Dr. Long and I are going to put on a Herbicide Symptomology Clinic here, and we're going to showcase different herbicides options, both pre-emergence and post-emergence. So showing growers what you can spray in your crop, and then also showing what not to spray, which is important.
Okay, and tell us when and where and all
those
details.
It will be here at the Stillwater Agronomy Farm down here at the Cow Creek bottom. We'll be on Friday, November 4th, and we will start officially at 9, but we'll have coffee and donuts at 8:30.
Okay, Misha Manuchehri, our new weed extension specialist here at Oklahoma State. We'll see you again soon. Thank you very much. And for more information on the clinic, go to sunup.okstate.edu.